What is up, everybody? So we are live in the booth, and I wanted to start back on our astrology videos for each sign. So if you have seen the channel, then you know that I stopped off at Scorpio. Oh my god, oh my god. I know. And it's craziness because it's so Scorpio. It's so Scorpio of me to do something like that because it's self-sabotage. And Scorpios are the kings and queens of self-sabotage. Why? I don't know, but it's a lower vibration of Scorpio is self-sabotage. So, I guess I have been like not in my highest element of Scorpio because I don't think that I've been living my passion and doing what it is that I really love to do, which is videos, which is astrology, which is like talking to people about healing their lives and loving their lives. Like I've been so like doing all of like this business type of stuff, you know, which I love business. I truly do love business, but maybe it's time to mesh those two together in some type of way so that I can, you know, still live my passion, which I think my passion is pretty much just people in general, and talking to people in many different ways. So let's get started. Scorpio. I love you, Scorpio. So basically, we are a fixed water sign. So with that being said, fixed, you would think of something that really does not move easily, something that's pretty, you know, it's stable, pretty set in its ways. And then water, of course, you think about the emotional part of a human being, which most of our body or whatever the case may be is made up of water. And the oldest element on the earth is water. We need water to live. We need water to do everything that it is pretty much that we want to do. We have to have water in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so that is when we what we bring to the table with Scorpio, and we bring fixed water to the table. So like an iceberg, something that's frozen water, like a swamp, something that doesn't really move, like the bottom of the ocean, something that's not really tampered with a lot. You have, you know, things that sail on top of the water and that type of thing. But as far as to be at the bottom of the ocean, you will not see. It's so dark down there. You will not see that. You will not, you know, people can't touch that and just go down there. And so it's mystery, you know, it's mysterious, which a lot of Scorpios are. You know, you may think you have a friend or something like that that's a Scorpio, and you do, but the thing is, do you really know them? It takes a long time to really get to know a Scorpio, especially a Scorpio who is in one of the phases, which we're going to talk about later, because we are the only sign who has three representations, three things that represent us, and we are the only sign that has that. So that will be the scorpion, the eagle, and then the phoenix. And these are all different vibrations, and Scorpios have a responsibility to this world, to bring, I believe, to bring healing to the world, to bring healing to those people that you know, that you come into contact with, and to also bring karma and lessons to the world and to the people that you come in contact with. So when I date someone or when I become a friend of someone, like, I may not bring you negative karma. I could bring you, and every time people say karma, like, people always think that it's like, oh my God, karma, like it's negative. No, karma people have good karma. Like, people have good karma, things that go around, come back around. Things that you put energy into, and you know, plant those seeds and you do those types of things, it comes back around. So that is, you know, the archetype of Scorpio. Has a lot to do with karma. So we're gonna talk about the three stages quickly. So the 3 stages of Scorpio. So you have the Scorpion, which I think is a lot of times what people identify Scorpio with, and it is what people automatically think that they know about Scorpios. Because a lot of times when you tell people that you're Scorpios, like sometimes they're like, you know, like you're gonna just like kill them or like hurt them or like do something like that. No, and I think that that is the lower vibration of a Scorpio that most people are familiar with, and that most people are accustomed to talking about and hearing about. And I think that it's the vibration that a lot of Scorpios are in, and so maybe that's the reason why people talk about it so much, or people are kind of, you know, into it so much. So starting off with the Scorpion phase. So the Scorpion phase is like the jealous, possessive, controlling, revengeful, you know, very, very secretive, very, very quiet, very, very very isolated at times, very, you know, just that has that stinger out. And of course the Scorpion is a creature, but at the same, and it crawls, you know, on the ground, but at the same time, if you mess with it, if you step on it, if you do anything, you could die, you could be poisoned, you could be stung. And so that is the type of energy that we possess if we are in our lower stages of Scorpio. It's the Scorpion energy. So you will see a lot of people who have like scorpions tattooed on them, and you know, like that type of thing, but I don't think that they really know the gist of what the Scorpion really represents for the Scorpio archetype. And then a lot of people use it as their pride and joy. Like it's their pride and joy that they could F you up, like, and sting you if you do something to them. So I think that, you know, being a Scorpio, you kind of have to figure out where you want to be, and how you want to be in each, you know, for this life. You have to figure it out, what it is that you want to do. So let's move to the second phase, which a lot of people, you know, I think that a lot of Scorpios, and don't get me wrong, like you can always go up, you can always go down, you can always, you know, kind of like embody all 3, because there are going to be things that may take you out of a certain phase, and there are going to be things that may, you know, bring you into a certain phase. Also, Scorpios are very, we'll talk about that. Okay, let's go through the phases. So the eagle is the next phase. So when you think about an eagle, you think about somebody that is really, you know, like you think about a regal animal, you know, like an animal that doesn't really, you know, it doesn't have time to play with it, you know, play with the pigeons and, you know, do all of this other stuff. No, an eagle flies high. An eagle flies high, and it's not disturbed by other things and other animals and other people and, you know, things that may be going around. The eagle Scorpion flies high. Like, I don't have time for this bullshit. Like, if you're coming to an eagle Scorpio with some bull, like, they're gonna be looking at you like, okay, I'm just gonna go the other way, because they don't have time for it. So an eagle only comes down to eat. It only comes down to grab its prey, and the prey doesn't even know that it's coming. So it still has that, like, that revengeful karma, like, you know, Scorpio phase, but it only does that when it's time to eat. It doesn't do that when it wants to, you know, like when it's afraid, because a lot of times Scorpios sting when they're afraid. No, they do. And this Scorpion, the eagle, they eat because they have to. Because sometimes, you know, people want to play you. People want to, you know, do this and do that. And so you have to come down and eat and just show them, like, what's up. Like, hey, like, I'm not that girl. I'm not that guy. Like, you're not going to do that to me. And so that is the archetype of the eagle. The eagle flies high, and they only roll with other eagles. They don't talk to other, and they actually are alone a lot. But when they are with people, they're only with other eagles. They don't talk to other, other people and other animals and things like that. They don't, they're just where they are. They're happy with where they are. And they pretty much, stay there. So that is the second phase of Scorpio. The third phase of Scorpio, which is, this is weird. The third phase of Scorpio, why is the police? We're gonna get arrested. Oh my God. Okay. And the third phase of Scorpio is the Phoenix. So the Phoenix will, and this is where I think like some of the self-sabotage comes in when it comes to Scorpio. And of course, like it's in the lower traits as well as in the eagle traits as well. But the eagle has to burn itself up to be born again into this beautiful, into this beautiful Phoenix. And the Phoenix is, it's higher than the eagle. It's at the Scorpio at its highest vibration. This is somebody who is loving. This is somebody who is caring. This is somebody who is very powerful, powerful beyond measure, powerful beyond, belief. This Scorpio is the manifester. Scorpios have the magic power, or have the power just like we all do, but Scorpios, it's a little bit stronger to manifest what it is that you want, to bring it into your life. And so Scorpios, and this is that phase. This is the phase of a Scorpio when it sees something that it wants and it goes for it 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 until it gets it. That's why you see a lot of Scorpios who are successful. You see a lot of Scorpios who are, who are the most successful people on this planet, just because of that Phoenix. And, it can be a lower side too, because it's also obsession. So the Phoenix burns itself, it changes itself, it dies, the spirit dies, one side of your spirit dies, and then so another spirit can be reborn. So if you were in the Scorpion phase, then you may do something really drastic, or you may do something to kill yourself, to kill that spirit, so that another spirit can be reborn, so that another phase of your life can start, because Scorpio is all about the death and regeneration cycle, So you may be the type of person, if you're a Scorpio and you're watching this, you may be the type of person who is really, maybe have been like a really agitated type of person, who you didn't like people, you were very mistrusting, you didn't trust people, and then all of a sudden you had an epiphany that, dang, I should probably, stop behaving this way. Because what Scorpios will do is, if they don't trust you, they'll hurt you first. They'll sting you first, because they don't trust you, and they think that you're going to hurt them. So what they do is they'll hurt you first, so they won't have to worry about getting hurt, because Scorpios are they're really open, they're really caring, they're really loving, they're really giving, all of those things. And so sometimes people may try to, step over them, and that's when the revengeful side comes out. But that's only if you're living in your lower states, is when you seek revenge. Now, when you're in your Phoenix state, if somebody does something to you, then you just turn a blind eye, you turn a cheek, and you disconnect yourself from that person, because at the end of the day, whatever it is that they've done to you, it'll only come back to them. And oftentimes, and you also know that if you attracted something like that to you, then it's only a mirror of something that you have in yourself, an eternal issue that you need to fix within yourself, that you need to change within yourself, if you attracted something to you that you did not like. So that is very much a part of the Scorpio archetype. And as I'm saying this and thinking about this, you know, I think about my life in the way that, you know, my Scorpion tendencies tend to come out. I think that most of the time I stay in the eagle. And I sometimes I may hit a little bit piece of the Phoenix, but as I get older, I know that I will head to that. I try to stay out of the lower the lower vibrations of Scorpio, but I have noticed, and we should notice, as Scorpios or people who are dealing with Scorpios or people who have a lot of strong Scorpio placements in their chart, you should notice and start to pick up on when you are being triggered to be in your Scorpion phases. What triggers you? What type of people? What type of environment? What are the things that triggers you and makes you go into that lower vibration? So those are the things that we definitely have to point out with being a Scorpio. So we know the three. We have the Scorpion, we have the Eagle, and we have the Phoenix. And I'll go into like a little bit more depth into those, like in my videos in the future, where I'm gonna talk about like the different like archetypes for Scorpio, because I'm gonna do a lot for Scorpio because I'm Scorpio, and because I see like the need for people to really understand what it is to be Scorpio, or have a lot of Scorpio in your chart. You may have a Scorpio moon, you may have a Scorpio rising, but that's something that needs to be understood. And especially if you're a Scorpio Sun, because if you reincarnated as a Scorpio Sun this time, I feel that you have karmic duties that you need to take care of in this life. And so Scorpios are very idealistic. We are the type of people who we have something in our head and that's it. Like, that's what I'm going for. That's what I want. You know, I don't want anything else. I shouldn't have to settle for anything else. And I honestly think that it's true. I don't know. You know, my experience hasn't been, you know, hasn't been everything that I wanted it to be. I'm 28, you know, I wanted to be here when I was 28 and doing this when I was 28. But I think that some of my self-sabotaging ways, being in that lower vibration of Scorpio, it hindered me from getting to where I want to be. But will I stop? Absolutely not, because I have a knowing that I will get to where it is that I'm going and where it is that I'm destined to be. So I think that us being so idealistic is a great thing, because it helps to keep us on track for our goals. It helps to keep us where we're supposed to be. And we're the type of people who will get it done no matter what. I'm gonna get it done no matter what. I don't really of course, I'm not going to, you know, do anything purposeful to hurt anybody or do anything purposeful to harm anyone. But when it does come to, you know, goals and things that I have, that things that I want to accomplish, you know, I'm not going to allow other people and other entities to make me feel like I need to lower my standards, because I like my standards right where they are. Thank you very much. Look, thank you very much. So this has been my interpretation of Scorpio, and what it means to be a Scorpio. To be a Scorpio is a beautiful thing on this earth, and it's a beautiful thing on this planet. We should all, you know, come together and do what we can to, you know, be an awesome community that supports us, because as we know, to be a Scorpio, you're very hard on yourselves. Like, people talk about, oh, I'm hard on myself. No, you don't know what it is to be hard on yourself unless you have a lot of Scorpio placement. Because, you know, we really look at our lives as an idea, you know, and when that idea isn't coming to pass, and when you aren't, you know, at that pinnacle point of that idea, you know, it can be a bad time. Because of the harshness. So we have to learn to forgive ourselves, and we have to learn to forgive others, people who have done things to us, and not try to be revengeful and get them back, but just let life teach them the lessons, because that's what we're going to bring to them anyway, lessons that they needed to learn. And we are the, you know, person that they needed to learn it with. So God bless everybody. Have an amazing day. I wish you all peace. I wish you all love. I wish you all abundance. And once again, we have been live in the booth. And it's a great day. It's a great day. It's a beautiful day. Love you all, and have an amazing day. Also, last thing, if you want to get your natal chart done, I am doing natal charts, and I also do a 30-minute Skype consultation with you, with a little life coaching mixed in, just to give you 3 pointers or 3 different ways that you can interpret, like take what we learned and talked about in your chart, and 3 practical ways. That's the Capricorn moon in me. 3 practical ways that you can take it and then you can insert it into your life. So like I said, I love you all, and you know, today is an amazing day. Always have that in your mind. Always believe that no matter what's going on, it's going to be an amazing day. Everything is happening for you. Nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you to be able to get to the next phase and to be able to get to where it is that you want to go. Where it is that you want to go and be who it is that you want to be. So just, you know, keep moving, keep going. Don't stop. And I love you all. Have an amazing day. Deuces.